Greetings, my amazing A-listers, and welcome to another beautiful day with A, and happy Tuesday. So we are in December, and this month, well, every month I typically like to name my months, like be intentional, like with what I want to focus on. And so in December, I did this last year. I called it Disciplining December, and this year we're doing the same thing. Just really honing in on what it is that we say that we want to do. And I say we because I'm not just the only one. You're not the only one. We're literally in this together, a collective energy. Keeping ourselves like really disciplined, really keeping ourselves aligned with our visions and what we want and what we say we're going to do. I really started this journey, especially on my YouTube channel, at the beginning of this year. In January, and honestly I did not keep up, and I said this in videos before, but I really did not keep up with what I said I wanted to do as far as on this platform. And I feel like now more than ever, as you know, the year is ending again, I really am going to be cracking down on myself and really becoming more disciplined with what I say that I want to do, and to expand and grow the community. Many of you may not know, but I am a meditation and mindset mentor. We focus on chakra alignment, personal ascension, and accountability over here. Our motto is we make it happen, we don't make excuses. And this conversation, it's not going to be long, but I wanted to talk about not waiting until the end of the year and to begin the next year to really start your plans and endeavors. And I know many people as of lately will tell you the same thing, only because this is a time that we need to be conditioning ourselves to really kickstart the new year the way that we want. And for me, Disciplining December is what that's all about. And so I used to read a lot last year, and then I kind of slowed down on it, but I had made a commitment to really challenge myself. So not just reading one book, but 3 books this year. And I actually have finished one of them already, the first 3 days of this month. We're already on day 5. I'm on my second book, and it really showed me like how much willpower I have, how much willpower we actually have when we put our minds to do what we say and say what we do. That's a big part of just really leveling up. A lot of times it feels uncomfortable, but the things that make us uncomfortable are the things that help us to grow. Think about a flower that is in the ground. Well, not really in the ground, but you know, a flower that is a seed, that is first a seed, and it's going through many stages underground, growing, expanding from this tiny seed into this miraculous big blooming of a flower. And it went through a lot of uncomfortable stages, and one of its biggest stages that it had to do was break through the ground in order to be able to bloom and grow and to stem and to create its own ecosystem. And so we have to see ourselves as the flower, or as a plant, or as a tree. We all have to start somewhere, and planting those seeds and getting ahead, in a sense, will always put us in a better position, more than we realize at the moment. I actually want to share the books that I am reading. They really helped me. I'm rereading some, and one of them is actually new. But it's more so due to personal development and business, because that is something that I'm very much focused on in this season going into 2024. So our first book that we have that I actually finished is really tiny, so cute. You could tell that I've had it for a few years and I've been reading it and rereading it. I haven't read it in probably like 3 years, but it is called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I'm actually going to reread this because that's one of the things that it that it says to do in the beginning of the books, to in order to get the most out of the book, read each chapter twice. I read through it one time. I'm going to go back and reread it. The next one that I'm reading right now is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And I actually got this at a book drive, and it was very much I was like kind of cultivated by, I'm into science. But the, you know, getting rich part, because we all want to, not all of us, but majority of us, we want to be wealthy, we want to be rich. And a lot of times we don't come from places where that is just given to us or we inherit. We have to really build that muscle. I am one of those people. And what I really liked the most was in the very beginning, the historical context of this book. It says, we become creators by aligning ourselves with natural laws and working as one with the universal mind. From that alone, I really took in, it made me think of a time where I was meditating outside. And I love to go out in nature. I have a nature trail over here by my home. And I was sitting by a tree. And I feel like the trees, they talking to me. So I was sitting by a tree and it made me think. I saw one tree on the right of me. Well, there were trees everywhere, but one on the right of me closest to me. And there was another one on the left of me. And I said to myself, all of these trees are abundant and succeeding in their own right. This tree is not competing with this tree to get sunlight because they're all getting the sunlight. And some of these trees, they come together and build a bigger ecosystem. And it made me realize, is there really competition out here in the world? Like, everyone has room to grow. Everyone has room to succeed. And I believe that when we finally let that sink in, we don't have to look at others and say, why does she have that? Or why does he have that? Or why don't I have this? Or why don't I have that? We don't know where people come from to get those things. But at the end of the day, we have to really ground ourselves in our position and grow our own roots to build our own ecosystem. And then also use the environment around us to help us cultivate a better experience. And so I really enjoyed that. The next one that I'm rereading right now, well, not right now, I'm going to finish this one, but Seducing Strangers, How to Get People to Buy What You're Selling. So like I said before, that I'm really into the whole sales and marketing and growth of my businesses and building my community as well. So these are my 3 focused books for this month. I'm still at the beginning of this book. I'm on day 2 of it. It's very good. I know I'm probably going to get through half of it by the next 2 days or so, but I'm really dedicating myself to do this and really conditioning myself to really like build on my vocabulary, build on my networking skills, being more intentional about like where I want to go, who I want to be, and to be an example for those who need that influence in life. Again, this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is an amazing book. I really recommend. I believe it does just come as a tiny version. I'm not sure if it's a big version, but this is like literally like a little pocketbook. So yeah, let me know down below what you all are doing for December. How are you preparing for the new year? And let me know some more content that you really want me to elaborate on, or topics you want me to talk about. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you all. Have an amazing day. Remember, we're taking Tuesday today. We are showing up, making it happen, not making excuses. With that being said, have an amazing day.